Alright, so this is a project you can do at home to celebrate Dia de los Muertos. If you are interested, it's totally optional though. I just thought this would be something fun to do at home. So what you're going to need is you're going to have to go to the store and get a little terracotta plant holder. You're going to need some seeds and a little bit of soil, and then you can use the paints and brushes that I sent home with you in your art pack. Alright, so you're going to start by just painting your whole little terracotta outside part white. You can also paint it black if you want to. Black looks cool as well. Just your preference here, whatever you prefer. So you're going to need like 2 to 3 coats since this paint is a little bit thin. So I will speed up the video and do my first coat, and then I'm going to let it dry a little bit. Do my second coat, let it completely dry, and then do my third coat. Alright, so next I want to put a nice pop of color on the inside here. Okay, so mine's not completely dry, but I'm going to show you anyways. What you're going to do is you're going to wait till it's completely dry so you can grab it by the side. I think I want pink for my color. So what I'm going to do to make pink is I'm going to mix some white with some red. Okay, so take your spoon, get some white paint on your palette, just like that. Then you're going to take a paper towel and you're going to wipe off the excess paint. Maybe use a little bit of water. I got my water here. Rinse it off. Okay, take a paper towel again, get all the paint off. So now my spoon is clean. Now I can take red. Good amount of red, mix it with the white, just like that. Okay, I'm going to take my big brush, mix those together. Here. Kind of a dark pink, but I'll take it. Make sure it's thoroughly mixed before you start painting. Alright, so now I'm going to start designing my sugar skull on the front of my little terracotta pot. So what I'm going to do first is I think I'm going to use a pencil. So here I've got one. Make sure you have an eraser too. And I'm just going to sketch out the initial design before I start painting. Alright, so I think I'm going to go with circular eyes. You can always trace circles if you don't want to freehand them because circles can be kind of hard. You can also do any other shape for the eye. I just happen to be choosing circles. I'm pretty happy with this as a design. I'm going to figure out maybe something else to do around the top, but for now I'm going to just start painting. So you see how I went over the black on the inside of the eye with the yellow paint? What I'm going to do is I'm just going to let it dry completely, and then I can go back over the black part once it's dry. The paint layers over itself when it's dry, so there's really no way you can make a mistake. You can always just wait for it to dry and put a layer over. That's what I did over here, where my paintbrush broke and the top part that had blue paint on it splattered kind of. So I just put a layer of white paint over, and then I can retry that swirl once that is completely dry. Now I'm just taking the black and I'm taking the very tip of this really thin brush, and I'm going to use my black paint, and I'm just going to outline everything very finely. If you're doing dots, a good technique I like to use is using the back of the brush. You can get those perfect circles. Just like that. Show you a little close up. So this is the back of my brush. Oh, it looks fine. So there's my finished little pot. It's got the pop of pink on the inside, the little sugar skull design. And then here is another example I did. You can see you can go for all sorts of different types of shape. I tried a different paint on this one. I did acrylic for the black paint, which looks very nice, but then I used craft paint for the rest, and I think that that was where I made my mistake because it's cracking a whole bunch. So if you use acrylic paint, just stick with acrylics. And I painted the inside blue. I didn't bother getting all the way to the bottom because I am going to put some potting soil in here and plant something. I'm thinking either mint or chives. Those are both seeds that sprout really easily and quickly indoors. But anyways, here's a little fun project to celebrate Dia de los Muertos. I hope you had fun. Bye.